right, everybody, good evening to all of you on this wonderful Monday evening here. It is 8 o'clock on the dot, April 10th here. I'm Savannah Louie here at the Atlanta News First Alert Desk. I've got your top 5 stories of the evening. For this one, we're going local. We also have a pretty big national story that I want to get to, and we will get to that in just a moment here. But I want to start with something pretty interesting that I think our entire nation has been following very closely for it's got to be over a year now. Abortion access. That's got to be one of the biggest hot topics here in the entire country. And we're getting new details on how a ruling in states like Texas and Washington state could impact us here in Georgia when it comes to abortion care access. All right, so this is a pretty interesting concept here. Let me see. So right now, there is a pill that people use in order to induce an abortion. It's called mifepristone. Mifepristone. That's a long name there. But you just saw pictures of it on your screen. Over the weekend, 2 federal judges issued very different decisions about this pill. One of those judges banning it, the other saying it must be available. Now, this was approved, the drug here was approved by the FDA more than 20 years ago, but the new debate over the drug's access is really threatening its availability. The rulings happened in Texas and Washington state, but they could have a major impact here, not only in Metro Atlanta, but in the state of Georgia as a whole. So at Atlanta News First, we spoke with constitutional law experts along with doctors here, and there's a lot of confusion about these pills. A lot of questions over what can be prescribed and when. As of right now, as it stands, abortion pills using that drug can still be prescribed statewide here in the state of Georgia. Now, to put this in perspective for you, to show you how big of a deal this is, millions of women rely on it every year to help end a pregnancy within the first 10 weeks. That's according to data from the federal government. It's available in more than 60 different countries. But as of Friday, a ruling by a Texas judge called on the ban to this abortion pill starting this coming Friday, so in 4 days here. But today, the Justice Department appealed to the court's decision to freeze that potential ban. Legal experts that we spoke with believe that this is going to go to the Supreme Court. Today, the Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services here in Georgia, he defended the FDA and the prescription of that abortion pill that you see right here on your screen. So basically, long story short here is there's a lot of questions about what could happen to people's access of that abortion pill drug, especially here in Georgia. There hasn't been an official statement that's been released about access to it, but we're continuing to track it very closely, especially as we are seeing some of those other states come out with more information and more rulings and hard decisions about what could come next. I want to get to another story here. I know I usually show you some video, but for this, I'm just going to say it straight out here. It's a breaking news update. So if you were following along with us earlier in our newscast or maybe online or on the Atlanta News First app, you may have seen that there was an officer-involved shooting out of Hall County. We have some new information here that I just wanted to get out to you really, really quickly. An investigation is underway after a 34-year-old man was injured in a shooting involving police officers. Again, this happening in Hall County. According to officials, Jason William Grindle is accused of pointing a gun at officers who were in the process of serving him with an arrest warrant. This happened at the 2400 block of Brand Drive. That's in Hall County around 2:15 p.m. If you were joining us for some of our later evening newscasts, you probably heard us talking about this. We're told that law enforcement approached that man in the backyard of the residence. The suspect presented a handgun, and that's when deputies, Hall County Sheriff's officers, fired at Grindle. Grindle, we're told, was struck more than once, and he was talking and alert when he was taken to an area hospital. And just in case you're curious, he was being sought for multiple felony arrest warrants. That includes aggravated assault, home invasion, and robbery. and the exploitation of an elder person. Right now, the GBI is investigating the shooting. That's very common whenever there is any sort of altercation, shooting involving any police officers or sheriff's deputies here in Georgia. The GBI does get involved just to oversee the investigation. That's their job, that's normal. And if you need more updates, if we find any for you this evening, we'll keep you posted both on air on Atlanta News First, on atlantanewsfirst.com, as well as the Atlanta News First app. All right, let's move along. Moving along here to a huge story. This is something that broke last week. This really came out last week, and we're following it very closely today. I know that a lot of people were fired up about the 2 Tennessee lawmakers who were under fire for speaking out during a meeting. This was last week. Well, today the big news is one of those lawmakers has been reinstated after being expelled. Representative Justin Jones was reinstated to the Tennessee House. This was a unanimous decision by Nashville's Metro Council. And again, this comes less than 1 week after he was kicked out for participating in a protest against gun violence. That protest was heated. It was a very passionate one. Now, a Republican supermajority of 2/3 of the Tennessee House voted last week to expel Jones, along with another Democrat who was part of that protest, Justin Pearson. Pearson and Jones are both black men. A third Democrat, Gloria Johnson, she also participated in that protest, but she was not expelled. She survived the vote. So today, demonstrators went to the State House on Monday. The House was called back into session. And that is when Jones was voted back in, reinstated. Now, Pearson, remember, that's the other lawmaker who was expelled. He represents Memphis, and he could be reappointed Wednesday by the Shelby County Commission. They're set to vote in a meeting then. But if he is not reinstated this week, or even if both of them are reinstated this week, it's only on an interim basis. So just to explain that, following the rules of an expulsion, the Tennessee governor has to sign something. It's called a writ of election to set up the dates for a future special election, and then those lawmakers would have to be elected properly. And just for some perspective here, expulsions by the House are very rare. Just only 2 people have been expelled from the chamber since the Civil War. And again, this was a story that got a lot of people talking, a lot of people fired up here. But that's the latest development, and I think the latest news on that is going to be coming out on Wednesday when they have that discussion about that second lawmaker who could possibly get reinstated as well. So if you're interested in that story, be sure to check back in on Wednesday. All right, this is another interesting story. We're going back to the metro area for this one. And we're going to take you to Dallas for this story, Dallas, Georgia for this story. City leaders from Dallas are hearing complaints right now about a recent proposal to build a trash transfer site near their neighborhoods. A number of opponents have planned to speak out about this proposed trash transfer site at the meeting tonight, along with the property owner who is hoping to obtain a special use permit to build and operate that trash transfer station. This proposed site would be located on 180 acres of property, located on Paulding Industrial Boulevard. That's about only a mile and a half from downtown Dallas. So that's why these folks are pretty upset and disappointed. They don't want this trash center, this trash site, right where they eat, sleep, and play. If council approves this, the owner of the property would build a 10,000 square foot building on that property. Household trash would be temporarily dumped there. Part of the plan would require trash could not be on the floor of that transfer station for more than 24 hours, and a semi-truck would transfer the trash to a landfill about 30 miles away or so. But still, even though it is on a temporary basis, a lot of residents though over there in Dallas are not looking forward to that. So we do have a reporter at that meeting right now, our Chelsea Beimfor. She is taking notes. She's following along very closely, listening to what you have to say, and she's going to bring us an update tonight. Again, that's going to be on Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV at 9:10, and then WANF at 11 o'clock here. All right, one final story for you guys, and this is a good one. I'm so excited, and I know a lot of families and kids are excited about this as well. Let's show you the video. Here we go. Love seeing these young kids getting down to business. Tonight, a group of local high school students are facing the opportunity of a lifetime, but they could use your help to make it happen. The Dutchtown High School Band in Henry County, you see them right there playing the trumpet, the drums, all those instruments. They're being invited to Normandy, France to perform in the D-Day Memorial Parade in June. The band is nicknamed the Sound of Dutchtown. Right now they're trying to raise more than $100,000 to go. This is an opportunity of a lifetime, but it's a lot of money. They've been working so hard. We're rooting for them. If you'd like to help the Sound of Dutchtown make their trip, we have all the details. You can find that on Atlanta News First. And to all those kids who are performing, keep working hard. I couldn't hear you there, but you look like you sound good. To all of you at home, thank you so much for joining us today. It's now 8:11. You know what that means. We've got our friend, my friend. He can be your friend too. Patrick Pete, meteorologist here, about to step on up as we take a look at our beautiful Atlanta skyline. Patrick, I know you're a hungry man. I feel bad for keeping you around. What's for dinner tonight?
It's going to be grilled shrimp.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you bringing some to the studio? I love shrimp.
Grilled shrimp with asparagus, to be specific.
Oh my God, someone's getting that summer body ready.
I'm trying to get it right. You see me running these miles. It's not for fun.
I know. Oh my gosh, I gotta get you to keep me accountable.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. Listen, let's get this super out of the way. What's up, everybody? Hopefully you are having a fantastic Monday evening. Meteorologist Patrick Pete here. What's going on, Wesley? Lots going on with the forecast. I know you guys are happy that the winds of change are blowing, and the forecast has improved a lot since Saturday. We saw some sunshine yesterday. We saw more sunshine today. Temperatures are trending in the right direction, and we're going to continue that streak for the next couple of days. Several dry days in the forecast with more sunshine. Winds are going to eventually shift and become more southeasterly as we head through Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's going to allow for the numbers to warm even more. So we're headed for the 70s tomorrow, and we'll get into the mid to upper 70s across the region on Wednesday. Unfortunately, we're looking at rain chances that are going to be building back in. And I don't know if you were with us last week, but we were talking about this area of low pressure that was going to develop in the Gulf of Mexico heading towards the middle of the week and bring rain chances. We thought it would happen sometime Thursday or Friday, and that's continuing to be our train of thought. Looks like we're going to get some of those showers into the region late Thursday evening, and that's going to stick around as that low kind of rotates around. And that's why there's those chances for showers in the cards Thursday and Friday, and that's going to clear out just in time, at least for parts of your weekend. Saturday looks to be the dry slot before another chance for rain builds in, courtesy of a cold front. So let's get you at least through the next couple of days, and let's talk about this gorgeousness that we're going to continue to experience. We're going to have high pressure that's going to be building into the area, and high pressure essentially suppresses all cloud growth. So it's just going to be gorgeous as far as the skies are concerned. Winds are going to be more easterly as we head into the afternoon, and temperatures are going to get a little bit above, or a little bit warmer than they were today. We are expecting the morning to be a little chilly, so you're going to need that light jacket for sure when you step out. But as we head past 12 o'clock, temperatures are going to get into the lower 60s, and then we're going to hang out near 70 once you get off work. And tomorrow is National Pet Day. I have no pets, but if you have a dog or any kind of pet, you want to take it outside for a couple of hours tomorrow afternoon, because the forecast is going to be quite nice for several hours. We're going to be hovering in the upper 60s, low 70s. Still a little bit cooler than we should be this time of year, but we're definitely winning. And tomorrow evening is going to be a good evening hangout on the back patio. Upper 60s at 7 o'clock. We're going to see those numbers gradually clear, so if you're stepping out, maybe going to grab a bite to eat, going to the gym late, or you're going to the Allie and AJ concert, I just at least have some sleeves if you're cold-natured, because by about 10 o'clock, we're going to be in the upper 50s, low 60s, so that element of chill for sure going to be in the forecast. And we're going to start off your day Wednesday yet again on the chilly side, but notice not much in the way of clouds for the first half of the day. By 12, we're already flirting with 70 degrees, and we're going to continue to warm. I think 5 o'clock is going to be that sweet spot where we're going to be somewhere near 75 here in Atlanta. We may have to trend those highs up a degree or so, because that southerly flow and sunshine is leading to maybe that slightly warmer trend. So you'll want to stay tuned. Meteorologist Fred Companion and myself going to have an update on that coming up at 9 and 10, and then a final one tonight at 11. But warmer numbers for sure on Wednesday afternoon. And then we'll be watching to see some of those clouds start to build in Thursday ahead of that next system. Here's the outlook. And you can see those showers moving up the Gulf Coast by around Thursday morning, 8, 9 o'clock. We're still dry, actually seeing some sunshine. But the closer we get to about 6, 7, we'll start to see the clouds build and we'll see those showers start to move in. And that's where that rain chance for Thursday comes in. On the back half of the day, and as that low is rotating, it's just going to be throwing bands around our region. So we're fully expecting to still have rain chances lingering around for the start of your Friday. And then eventually that low is going to pull on off towards the north and east, and that's going to dry us out sometime late day Friday and set us up for a fantastic forecast for the weekend. So just go ahead and keep in mind, we got a couple of dry days, a couple of days to get out and about and enjoy some sun, especially in the afternoon. These mornings are going to be a little bit chilly, but it's going to improve for the second half of the day. So definitely the layering is going to be important to getting through the forecast the next couple of days. And then we're watching those rain chances that are going to be in the forecast Thursday into Friday. Saturday, look at Saturday. We're going hovering near 80 degrees with some dry weather. If you, I think I'm going to the Dogwood Festival maybe Saturday. So just a good day to get out and about and make plans to be out with the family. If you wanted to take the kids out to the park, that's going to be the day to do it for sure. Throwing that 7-day back at you, those rain chances come back into view on Sunday. Rain, thunderstorms as a cold front is going to be sliding through, and that's why we see that dip in the numbers on Monday. So looking through your comments and seeing who's on the Facebook stream. Looks like you guys are really into some of the stories. That's Savannah Louis. I still see comments coming in on those. YouTube is pretty quiet. It's Monday, so I'm going to give y'all a pass. But I feel like you guys all have a pretty solid understanding of what to expect the next couple of days. So without any further ado, I am going to end this stream. And, of course, we're going to have some updates for you tonight at 9, 10, and 11. You can always check back for any tweaks in the forecast. So happy Monday. Hopefully you all had a fantastic weekend. And here's some more dry time.